What's up, Fantasy Goats? Welcome to the Week 6 Fantasy Football NFL Reaction Show. Yes, that's right, guys. We are just getting off of the Sunday main window. Boy, oh boy. Well, main window that started at 9 o'clock Eastern, but guess what? Which should be no surprise to anybody that's listening or watching. Frosty and Robert, how are you guys? All right, let me preface this. I'm going to preface it. I want to preface this. So last night I get a message. Are you going to wake up for the early game? Okay, so I was like, Then there's an additional 2 messages this morning when I wake up. I can't believe this freaking team, blah, 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 blah. The answer is no. I wasn't waking up to watch the Jets in England, Tottenham, Georgie Goat, Frosty man. I was not watching that game, guys. And there's a lot to unpack there, but there really isn't a lot to unpack. It comes down to, how do you get sacked 9 times? How do you get sacked 9 times? What do you expect an offense to do when your quarterback is being hit and sacked 9 times? Chase Brown is still in shambles. If there's going to be a little bit of a silver lining, yeah. Well, Calvin Ridley left the game with a hamstring. Like that's a different story altogether. But there is a silver lining with Chase Brown. I am going to tell you this. The Bengals team looked better. They looked better. They played a tough Packer team in Lambeau. They looked better. And they're still using him. They're still using a shitload of him. So there is some silver lining there with Chase Brown, where I can't really say there's any silver lining to other running backs like the ones in New England. And we could get to those. We could get to Trevion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson as well. What's up, Robert Goat? How are you, Robert? My guy, Robert. George Goat. What's up, Georgie? How are you, my friend? Finally, a good game from Lad. Yes. Lad was one of our better calls. We have a lot of good calls. Lad was an easy call. You saw it last week. You just knew, look, Lad McConkey is their wide receiver. Keenan Allen was brought back to, because they needed more depth. And they don't really, I don't think they fully trust Quentin Johnston, no matter how good he looked early on. But what happened? He's not playing now. So, your best ability is your availability. And Quentin Johnston was not available. And guess who was against the Dolphins? It was Lad. Should you sell high on him? It better be real high. I mean, it better be a real high return. Other than that, I'm looking at a high-end wide receiver 2 rest of the season, George. And the War Chief, who's going to join us in a couple of moments as he's getting ready to set up, I think he'll pretty much back that up. Low end, maybe a low end wide receiver 1 rest of the season, high end 2. So if you're going to sell that high, I hope you're going to be buying. It better be for somebody really nice. George, who do you have in mind? I mean, Justin Jefferson, CD Lamb chops. You're going to maybe Lad with somebody else for one of those guys. Maybe Lad and somebody that's on your bench for one of those guys. Robert's laughing He's laughing his balls off at the Jets. I'm laughing. I'm laughing inside, but that doesn't. Nothing's really funny here in New York. I can promise you that. A $30 million quarterback who's very athletic, and he ran into a buzzsaw today. A buzzsaw. Remind me to never play someone who has a Europe game. there's some truth to that, but because you on one side, right? On heads, you've got that, George. Yeah. Frosty Goat. Yes. Heads, you got that. But then on tails, you see these high-flying, high-scoring affairs on some occasions. So I'm not sure if you can really make sense of it. The Jets are the Jets. And the Broncos are the Broncos. We blew it with Breece Hall. We didn't blow it with Justin Fields, but we blew it with Breece Hall. We started Garrett Wilson. We got burned. Goats. I'm done with that. I'm Frosty, man. I know, man. I know. It's aggravating. It's aggravating. On the flip side, forget the Jets for a second. 0-6. 0-6. That allowed 9 sacks to Justin Fields. On the flip side, the Jets defense, they finally woke up. They didn't allow what did they allow the Broncos to do? Broncos didn't do shit. All up and down. Who scored for the Broncos today? War Chief. The War Chief is let's get the motherfucking War Chief up here. Who scored for the Broncos today? Their field goal kicker? Who scored here?
Did you like my Halloween costume?
No. I missed the Halloween costume. It's not even Halloween. Oh yeah. Yep.
You like my Halloween costume?
Oh yeah. We gonna
my little Cyclops eye. My God.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have another discussion regarding Rico Dowdle. And that discussion is what to do when Chuba Hubbard returns, because for 2 games now he's close to like 500 total yards.
Yeah,
it's kind of silly. But at the same time, it's like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna split the rock. You're gonna give Chuba Hubbard's expected to come back, and he's gonna what? He's gonna take back the backfield.
Absolutely not.
We say absolutely, but I mean, they like Chuba Hubbard. I mean, and they have reason to like Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah. I mean, it was always there. I mean, no matter who the running back is and who gets the majority of the carries for that team as a workhorse. Even last year, Chuba Hubbard averaged 4.8 yards per carry. He averaged 5 yards a carry. So whoever is running in that system is generally going to have a decent output. Would I have thought it would have been 500 yards over 2 games? No, but I expected a good game out of Rico Dowdle back-to-back weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's been solid, very solid, and good for him too. It was against the Cowboys, of course. Jerry, where was Kenny Clark? Look like Frosty, I think, took a bath in England today, like all of us did. Like all of us, Frosty Goat, you wouldn't believe the reaction that was coming in between Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. But again, on the other side of the coin, look at those that put in J.K. Dobbins. Look at those that had Cortland Sutton in. Look at those that were, maybe deciding on Ingram and Franklin. There was nothing going on here. Nothing. I'm looking at it right now. Dobbins had 40 yards on the ground. I'm trying to find out where the hell did the scoring come from.
Nate Atkinson.
Atkins. Who the hell is that?
What's one of your favorite things? That helps nobody. It helps nobody. There
was one from Tennessee today that I was going to tweet out that helps nobody, but I don't even know who. I forget. I just you know what? I'm going to leave that alone. J Goat, what's up, Goat? I'm up 11.6. I still have Rome, and my opponent has DeAndre. You're up by 11. You've got Rome, and he's got DeAndre. I bet you DeAndre has 11 to 15, maybe at the highest. At the highest, he could get DeAndre, maybe 15. But then you've got Rome again.
Yeah, I like Rome this week. I wouldn't say it's an absolute lock, but you're looking pretty good, Jay.
If I'm picturing like the the two matchups on the app, whether it be Yahoo or Sleeper, I'm picturing like with this scenario, you've got the 80%, 85% chance with the green bar. The only thing that'll alter that, shift that, is like if DeAndre happens to be like the first scoring play of the game, where it's okay, fine. Now that dude took the lead, but again, then we're going back to Rome. Frosty goat. The Packers might be overrated. I don't know about over. They don't turn the ball over. They don't take the ball away, which is what we're waiting for from the Packers. They haven't taken the ball away, it seems. Micah causes a lot of havoc out there.
Yeah, you can't just put that into sacks. He does a lot more than just sack the quarterback. He wrecks offensive game plans. That's worth every dollar that you can spend in NFL.
Yeah, I think they're quite happy with that. Where you got to account for that dude, and it frees up the Van Nesses of the world to get the sack, or it allows the dudes, like Xavier McKinney, to roam around and just jump lanes. So yeah, I mean, the Pack coming off of a bye. Joe Flacco enters, who didn't turn the ball over, I'm pretty sure. So I mean,
21 points from Joe Flacco today, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I know Chase Jamar got that score late. The Bengals, again, Chase Brown, yes. Did he disappoint us to a degree for fantasy purposes? Sure. But at the same time, he's the only back. He's their only dude. Taj Brooks is taking returns. And he's a rookie. I think the silver lining there is he's still getting the usage. And the Bengals looked better today, even in a loss. I wish I could say the same for other teams. I can't. I can't say the same thing for the freaking Jets. I'm sorry. I can't say the same thing for, let me get to another game, War Chief. I can't say the same. Well, I mean, dude, did the Ravens look a little better? I mean, they looked a little better.
No.
That was a tough game for the Rams, though.
They made it tough.
That was a tough 17 points that they squeaked out. They just the Ravens Ravens are fucking lousy.
No, they're bad.
The minute that game ended, the notifications that were coming in was Lamar Jackson is expected back after the bye. That was like the first. Nothing else other than Harbaugh says Lamar Jackson is expected back. Yeah, you know where everyone's attention is. They paid all that money to Micah. I feel like Bo Callahan is being held back from the putrid play calling by Peyton. Frosty Goat.
Frosty, no. No, Frosty, no, that's not it.
Frosty Goat. Robert Goat. Late afternoon change and play Jawan in place of Debo because he's still questionable.
It's tough.
You know what you do in an event like that when you were leaning towards Debo, but because you're a little nervous regarding the injury, what you could do moving forward in the future, you may have to pluck somebody else off of your waiver wire, your free agency that would be available to you. And just and hope for a miracle there, as opposed to you know that Jawan Jennings was going in, but how effective was he going to be? Well, we saw how effective he was, and the rest of the Niners. But the other way to you could have played it the way that we've all have played it before in a situation like this on a Monday night game. Now the beauty with these double headers, maybe the NFL is doing this for our purposes for fantasy, but the beauty of it is if you, let's say you want to roll with Debo and because he's questionable, then all of a sudden pre-game he's not feeling right and he's ruled out, you kind of go with somebody that's available that's playing in the same game. You could play it like that moving forward, but I don't want to beat this horse because I know you're reeling from it, guys. But I think Debo's gonna play. I think
he is too.
Oh, yeah, I think he's gonna play. Do we think the Fields era is already worse than the Zach Wilson era? Whew. War Chief.
If I could connect it to the head coach, I would say at this point probably yes, because I feel like with Saleh, at least like the defense was respectable, and if Zach Wilson was just able to be decent, they would win. But like with Fields, it just feels like the whole operation is bad. Like with Aaron Glenn, with Justin Fields, with everybody, it just all feels bad. It feels like a first-time play caller. It feels like a first-time head coach. It just all feels bad all around. -10 net passing yards today. That's not good.
Yeah, I'm gonna sacked 9 times, man.
Yep.
Last two drafts, the Jets had the top 10 draft picks were offensive linemen. Where the hell are they? Where's this offensive line? Yeah, with Zach Wilson, that was kind of just like a swing and a miss from the draft. With this dude, Justin Wilson. We should start calling him Justin Wilson. With this dude, Justin Fields, all right, we've seen the absolute ceiling of his potential. We've also seen it shitty. So we have body of evidence. We have his resume. That's why it feels a little different. And it's the entire operation. Yeah, it's the entire operation. Zach Wilson was just a swing and a miss. It's this organization, by the way, Forsty. This is a systemic. It's the underbelly of this of the losing here. It starts all the way at ownership. So Woody Johnson isn't causing workplace problems like Daniel Snyder. He should still sell this team. He has no business owning this team. You know what he's good at? He's good at selling Q-tips and baby shampoo. Yeah, there was the tight end. It wasn't Troutman. It wasn't Ingram. It was the other one. It was another guy. Can we really sell Rico considering Chuba's coming back? You could try.
Yeah, absolutely try.
You could definitely try to do it, and I would start right at the Chuba Hubbard manager. And if you're the Chuba Hubbard manager, you may just want to hold it. But yeah. What's up, Tron? Go, baby. There's the Tron. The Tron is up 42. Of course he is. With Jaden Daniels going tomorrow. My opponent has the La Puerta locked in for 5-1 and rolling strong. This is it right here, baby. Up 42 with Jaden Daniels going. And Sammy Ball game could have the game of his young career, and it still wouldn't make that up. Nice stuff. Nice work. 5-1. Let's roll, Tron. The motherfucking Tron. Frosty, man. Frosty. I know Frosty's reeling from the Broncos, man. I'm reeling from that shit too. Give me a player that did well for you, Frosty. Frosty, go. Give me some good news here, Frosty. And Tron had Kamani Vidal. Look at that.
Hey man, We told y'all yesterday take Vidal over Haskins. They're gonna be he ran it well, but they're gonna be throwing the ball quite a bit.
Again, I'm happy for those that started Kamani Vidal. I am. And if the situation was reversed and it was Hassan Haskins, I'm going to say the same thing. We have to take this entire backfield with a grain of salt. They played the Dolphins today.
Yeah.
They took their plane from Los Angeles all the way across into Miami, and they left with a 2-point win. No, the Chargers attempted to do the same thing a couple of weeks ago to MetLife Stadium in New York, and they left with a loss. The Chargers played the Dolphins today. Mike McDaniel might get fired, by the way, in between now and by the time that we meet again tomorrow. It's B Squad for life. Is the bestie B Squad. There we go. There's a bright one. If there's a bright note, how about Devon Achane was a big winner today. Mm-hmm. Big winner. Absolutely. He scorched the Chargers. So, yeah, you're right, War Chief. This team isn't going to be as one-centric as we'd like them to be. As much as they want to be. Because, I mean, if Devon Achane is torching them up for well over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns, the Chargers were playing from behind in this game.
They were.
I mean, Devon Achane, Rico, and Quinchon. Quinchon kind of let us down too. Yes. But Quinchon Judkins in a flex situation here because you had Achane and Rico. Quinchon Judkins in the flex situation couldn't have been that terrible. He didn't have a good game, but it wasn't that terrible. And do we think he bounces back next week versus the Dolphins? Yes, everyone.
Absolutely.
Kamani Vidal, the 5th rounder, just did over 100. War Chief, right? 5th, 6th rounder. Kamani Vidal is not a blue chip prospect. That's why they drafted Marion Hampton. By the way, more news today. Marion Hampton, they think it's going to be longer than 4 games, folks. I'm not sure I'm not sure if you Goats heard that or not, but it may be longer than 4 games. And if I'm ever gonna state something to you in regards to injury or in regards to any type of player news like that, where it's newsy, I'm only getting it from either Ian Rappaport, Schefter, you know who else is good? What's his face over at The Athletic? Jordan Schultz, Rappaport, anyone from the NFL. No, any reputable site, for the love of God. A reputable site. Not just some Joe Blow. West Up, baby. There's the West Up. And then I see the Tingly Goats. And the West Up Goat. West Up. What are you doing here, West Up? Oh my gosh, West Up. West Up Goat. Look. We play this game. We love this game. Sometimes we lose the battle. And it stinks and it sucks because we drafted these players. We drafted our players. They become ours. When they don't perform well, when they don't do well, when we don't win, we're like, damn, did I bet wrong? Did I pick wrong? You didn't.
What happens? It happens.
Now, Breece Hall, I would say we have more of a problem that is brewing, potential problem brewing with the fact of what we witnessed here in the international 9:30 window, where I'm being asked, are you going to wake up? Are you going to get up? Are you going to watch the game? Are you going to watch the game? Fuck no, I'm not watching that game. And that's exactly why I didn't watch the game, because of that score and what took place. There might be more of an issue with Hall, but then again, hold up. The light bulb's going off. There may not be a potential issue with Brees Hall if he gets traded. That would be the light at the end of the tunnel here. Let's get that man off this team. The Chargers are looking for a running back. There you go. Judkins is going to be a stud. In the right, and he's in the right offense for it. They want to run the ball there. Javonte now. Well, Javonte was kind of running hot. If Javonte doesn't run hot again next week, West up, then we'll have to make some decisions. We'll have to make some choices. You might still be able to sell Javonte high. Just even coming off of a stinker, you might be able to still sell him high, based on the first 5 weeks.
Devontae has Washington, Denver, and Arizona next. Make your decision off of that. Like, do you want to face that, or do you want to sell him now?
That's fire advice. The tingly goat, man. The fucking tingly goat. And by the way, goats, if you hear me cursing a little bit extra on Sundays because it's Sunday, the streak falls this week. Tough matchups, tough injuries. Yeah, man. The streak, look, man. It was a tough week 6. It was. I'm looking at the games right now. You had Marvin Harrison left. Marvin Harrison got a concussion. That's fantastic. Yeah, if you had any of the Eagles on Thursday night, that stinks. Puka. Do you want Mecca Buka? Do you want to talk about Puka and Kyron and Devontae and getting out of there with a win, JX? I mean, that's your squad, baby.
I mean,
you want to talk about that?
Not really.
You don't have to.
You
don't have to.
I mean,
look, I feel like the commissioner's not here. You know, like someone want to be blessing the Rams.
No, I'm okay. I'm good. Congratulations on the win, Los Angeles Rams. Puka's injury, it doesn't look super serious, but I don't think he's going to play next week. And then, he has the bye the following week after that. So we kind of, if for the Puka owners out there, we got to figure out what we're doing for the next 2 weeks. Like, we got to, because that's a big portion of your team. I know some Devontae Adams owners are, like, upset. Devontae Adams is going to be perfectly fine. Him and Stafford got to be on the same page. He saw 9 targets today. A really good red zone target that he should have caught, but also Stafford could threw a better ball, man. Kyron got into the end zone today. Like you said, all he does is score touchdowns. So he had a decent week. Didn't have a great week rushing, but he had a decent week because of the touchdown. Kind of saved him.
He dropped the ball, right?
No, he didn't drop the ball today. So.
Well, Kate Otten was sneaky even last night or Friday night when somebody asked us about Kate Otten. Maybe it was you, B Squad Goat. Kate Otten's kind of sneaky right now. Yeah, but my only reservation with Kate Otten is the fact that his position is tight end. And that is the most volatile out of the 4 skill position plays that we use, not counting kicker or defense.
When Chris Godwin went out last year and Mike Evans went out last year, like they were out at the same time, and he kind of was the only weapon left. He had 29 points, 21 points, and 18 points. So it's a solid pickup. It's a real solid pickup.
It is. It's not a bad pickup at all. I'm just going to play the tape forward. That it's going to come now. You'll be asking, okay, well, should I start Kate Otten or should I start, whoever my tight end is? Should I start Darren Waller? Should I start Kate Otten or should I start Ferguson? against the Broncos. It'll be something along those lines, and or it'll be like, should I start Otten and Ferguson? It's not a bad pickup though. It's not a bad pickup. Do we have any other winners that we could comb through here before the goats watch Sunday Night Football? Oh no. How about the Seahawks and Jacksonville Jaguars?
Yeah.
No running backs, so those are big losers. All of them losers.
Those are losers. Yeah, no, those are losers. But like you said, Jackson Smith and Jigba, oh my God, man. Like 30 fantasy points, 8 catches, 162 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he went absolutely nuclear. Keyshawn Boutte has another one of his boomer bust games. He boomed today. Next week he'll have 2 catches for 12 yards.
It pop.
Yep. BTJ. He had a really good game.
BTJ is on the board, folks. Mm-hmm. Now this was a BTJ 2024 type of game. What was it? Maybe 9 catches or 8 catches on 9 targets. Yeah, that's a BTJ game.
That is a BTJ game.
Look, it was bound to happen. Okay, let's see him do it twice. But that's why we were never really sitting BTJ, except for maybe 1 week where everybody was like, maybe that was week 4. But even then, I had reservations about sitting BTJ, and you know, as well as all the goats know, we are not BTJ people here. But we have to make the best decision for the goats. Gilbert Goat. What up, Gilbert, baby? What'd we do today? How bad did you beat him, Gilbert? Fucking bad. I bet it's bad. Bad news.
Did your team make it out healthy this week, Gilbert?
That's the better question, right? That is the better question. I think that's a victory within itself. See, they're showing JSN right now at Darnold. That dude is making everybody pay that didn't draft him. And that goes for the NFL and that goes for us.
Listen, I was not taking him in the 3rd round. I promise you I wasn't. I was not taking JSN in the 3rd round.
Our narrative, just like sometimes we're going to be wrong with some of the calls, like the Breece Halls going up against the Broncos because he catches the ball out of the backfield and he's the only game in town under the game. We're also going to get some of the calls wrong in terms of preseason. And we were wrong with the idea and the process that Sam Darnold was going to be low passing volume and he's not going to be as good because he's with Kevin O'Connell and he's with a defensive-minded team. And that was wrong so far. It happens. If you want accountability, not that we're the only game in town for accountability, but you'll get it from us, absolutely. Great win today, only 1 injured. Gilbert, only 1.
Yeah, solid.
I think Garrett Wilson. I got 1 team, the Goats Invitational. 1 team has got Marv and Garrett. Both headed for MRIs.
Jeez.
Both headed for MRIs. Both from Ohio State. Look at that. Let me see. How about them Colts, War Chief?
Did you speak on Pickens at all? I thought Pickens had a very surprising day today. 11 or 9 catches for 168 yards and a touchdown. I mean, he shredded Carolina's defense. Like, damn. You said the Colts though. Because we were talking about Daniel Jones.
We had a bunch of Daniel Jones.
He vultured a touchdown today from JT. He got and he got his 16-point game up to a 22-point game. So he had a decent day today. Colin Warren scored. Josh Downs scored.
Josh Downs on the board. You know who wasn't on the board? If Josh Downs was on the board, Pittman.
Yeah.
I recall having to sit Pittman on one or two occasions yesterday. On one or two, maybe more. But he was more sit than he was start, for sure.
For sure.
Um, George Pickens is going to be. It'll be interesting to see what happens when CD Lamb Chops returns. It's just I kind of feel like it's inevitable. Most of these targets now revert back to their alpha wide receiver one, but
Absolutely.
it's promising, or it's a good problem to have for Dak. Let me just put it to you that way.
Mm-hmm.
George Pickens is going to be a good wide receiver too moving forward, I think. And that's pretty much where he was drafted, low end of the spectrum. Imagine if when this is all said and done, JX, that it's kind of like a very similar situation to how we were drafting Jamar and T this off season, based on how they both ate last year.
Yeah.
In limited time. I think we're going to be looking at the same thing with Pickens and CD Lamb when this is all said and done, and we're hoisting championships.
Yeah, I mean, this is his out of 3 weeks. This is his second week with 11 targets. I don't. When CD comes back, I don't think it's 11 anymore. I think it's 8 still. I think
Yeah,
it's 8
yeah,
targets still. That's still a good high end wide receiver too.
yeah. Some of it will come off of Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
This freaking connection just making me stuck, angry. Maybe it's scared. It's scared of the shepherd. Um, yeah. Pittsburgh 23. The Browns 9. Well, the Browns were never going to win. Browns aren't going to win any games, but we still have a good running back on this team. We still have some good tight ends on this team. What did our tight ends do here? What did the
Can we
Njoku
stick
Warrior?
on my guy?
What did Harold do?
He had 18 fantasy points today. He had 7 catches for. Oh, hold on. Just go top.
Harold had a good
He had
game,
an
man.
excellent day. 7 catches for 81 yards, 10 targets. But Njoku did go down with an injury, so Fannin goes up. Fannin goes up. Fannin goes up. Fannin goes up.
Harold Fannin, yeah. Look, I mean, he wanted to throw to his tight ends. We know that he wants to throw to his tight ends. What did Jerry do? Jerry, 5 catches for 43. How does anybody? Nobody should be asking anybody, any channel, anything regarding Jerry Jeudy moving forward. Not with this rookie quarterback. Not with the offensive philosophy that they have. It ain't working out there. Maybe Jerry will request a trade. Get him out of there. There are plenty of teams that need wide receivers now too. Plenty. What? I know Quinchon didn't have the best day, but what kind of day is? Yeah, no, that's not good. That's not.
Quinchon had a bad day.
That's not good.
He had a bad day.
Steelers coming off of the bye. I guess they played pretty well. Jalen Warren, nada, nothing, zilch against the Browns' #1 ranked rush defense. I found it funny. I found it very funny on that Elon app. Somebody asked about Warren or Waller in the flex, and somebody said Warren because of the volume. Yeah, good job there. I sat Warren in the league that I have him. Fire Aaron Glenn. You're not
Darren
joking.
Waller had a touchdown today.
Was it was like 1 catch, 1 yard, 1 touchdown, right? Or was that Taysom Hill?
It was 2 catches, 12 yards, and a touchdown.
But Taysom was 1-1.
Oh no, Taysom. He vaulted another touchdown.
A hell of an
away
efficient
from
day.
1 yard. Yeah, 1 yard, 1 attempt, 1 touchdown. Ridiculous.
It's a hell of an efficient day. 1 yard, 1 catch, 1 touchdown. for $20 million. Yeah, Jalen Warren was a sit. Fire Aaron Glenn. Why not? Why not? There's precedent for it. There's precedent for it.
Yeah, he has to go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it too, because I'm a fan of him, but he has to go. He's not a head coach.
He's not a head coach.
He's not a head coach.
Bit off more than he could chew here. I know it was like a kind of sort of feel good story. Okay, like bring back the former player. He wasn't even like Woody Johnson's like guy. He was like the previous owners for the majority of the time. So I don't know why Aaron Glenn feels so tied to the organization because he played there. That whole regime, the Hess ownership prior to this one is obviously not the same anymore. Bit off more than he could chew. The only reason why Aaron Glenn probably won't get canned is based on the circus atmosphere that took place last year with Saleh, firing him in the middle of the year with Aaron Rodgers. That's probably the only reason. What happens with Rico when Chuba comes back? Yeah, it's the $1 million question, isn't it? $1 million question.
It could be frustrating because it could be one of those. They'll just go with the hot hand. It could be Chuba starts out hot, Rico sees a couple carries. Rico starts out hot. It could be frustrating. Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, if you could get out of it, I would try to get out of it. Either Chuba or Rico, I would try to get out of it because when Chuba comes back, it's going to be frustrating.
I agree. They like Chuba. Chuba's done well for them. What have you done for me lately? Well, what has Rico done for us lately? Oh, well, he's doing really well for us lately. Yeah, it might get dicey. Because even the head coaches, right? Even the teams, War Chief, will be like, they don't necessarily want to do a 50-50, most of these guys, because they know that you got to get them in rhythm. You have to give them
in rhythm.
You have to get them the necessary or requisite attempts to be effective.
You got to get hit. You got to catch the ball. You got to look at like I said, it's not going to be right down the middle, 50-50. It's not. It's going to be who's hot that week at that time. It will go from 50-50 to 70-30 to 60-40, depending on how it goes.
It could be messy. It would certainly be messy. Now, what happens? Yeah. That's potentially what could happen. I got Pitts good for Monday. Thanks. Bobby Goat. Bob Goat. Thank you. Let's see what happens, man. Playing the Bills, playing them dollar bills. Coming off, again, another team coming off of a bye. Packers came off of a bye. They played kind of sort of like I said. They played Josh Jacobs' ball. They did what they had to do to beat an inferior team. Now let's see what the Falcons do coming off of the bye. How does Michael Penix look coming off of the bye? The Buffalo Bills have been giving up tons of points lately. Tons of points. Not lately. They just score more than what they allow. Should I hold on to Jacoby in case he gets traded?
Yes.
If you could afford to, yeah. If you could afford to. If your bench is good, if it's not really harming you to have him there, why not? It's also contingent. What does your free agency look like in terms of what the players that are available, the players that are on waivers? Is anybody like jumping off the screen that's still there that you could like put onto your GOAT squad? It's also contingent on that. Like if it's Isaiah Bond on the Browns, is like the number one person that's available for a wide receiver, you might, of course, you hold Jacoby. Dante Thornton. Or Torrey Horton. Horton, here's a who. How did Torrey do today? Torrey score today? How did Torrey do with JSN? No, it was Cup.
Nothing. No.
It was Cooper.
Yeah, it was Cooper Cup.
Another dude that got on the board today. So that's Tet. Tet got on the board.
Torrey Horton saw 1 target today.
Yeah, Horton, here's a who. Cup got on the board today. Good for him. Tet got on the board today. Good for him.
Twice.
Who was twice?
Twice, Tet.
Tet was twice?
That was
I
twice.
missed that. I know he did. I did like a. I only saw one. Oh shit.
Yeah, so he is due. He was due. Did not know it was gonna be twice, but it was due.
So all the Tet McMillan managers out there are happy. Of course you're happy with Tet McMillan. Tet McMillan never really was a sit either, which is good. Which is a good thing that we held our ground. Tet was never really a sit. So that's good. Now you can feel even better about leaving him there. BTJ Tet twice. Cooper Cup once. That's probably it for those that finally got on the board to score. Josh Downs.
Yep.
Josh Downs. All right, let me ask you about 1 or 2 dudes. Whether you're panicking, your panic meter on 1 or 2 dudes. I mean, we kind of basically covered these guys. Basically kind of covered them, but give me the meter on them. I hear Carrie singing. Panic meter. Justin Fields. 0 being no panic. 10, I'm freaking panicked.
I would say it's a 6.
6.
I feel like it can only get higher if he's in potential of losing his job. I don't think he's ever going to lose a job, so I think it remains a 6.
Give me the panic meter for Zay Flowers.
Ooh, no.
Even moving forward with Lamar now lurking to return.
Yeah, I mean, 3.
That's not bad, is it?
Yeah, I mean,
0 being. That's not bad. 3, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, he is what he is. I mean, he's not.
He is what he is. I guess so.
Yeah, he's just what he is.
I guess so. Should we go back to a panic on Breece Hall? I don't know why we left it. You should be panicked on all things Jets.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling. Like, yeah, he's.
Look at the king. Look at the king, man. 122 yards.
Yeah.
We whiffed there. It's all right. Look, sometimes you're going to take whiffs. We swing.
Did he not catch a pass today?
Zay Flowers, 46 yards. 46 yards on 6 catches. That's not terrible. That's a flex play. That's a low end wide receiver 3. Zay Flowers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not really panicking on him.
Would you drop Theo Johnson for AJ Bonner or Cade Otton in the full PPR?
I would pick up Otten for Theo Johnson.
Oh, for Theo?
Yes. With all those injuries, absolutely.
They really are. They are fucking poverty. That guy doesn't care. His billions are in pharmaceuticals. What does he know about football? Mad Maxi Goat. He doesn't know. He doesn't care. He thinks he cares. He thinks because he's a good businessman in one sector, he could be a really good businessman in another sector. Professional sports. Doesn't work like that. commissioner. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and goats, not only do we have Commissioner Rhino, but we have the Mad Maxi Goat. So glad I sat Breeze. Ford, Ford DJ, but he's just poking at me right now. That's all. He's poking at my ribs and my chops because I probably started Breeze. I did start Breeze. I started Breeze for the goats. I gotta own it, man.
Goats, we gotta watch Luther Burden real close tonight. I'm just saying we gotta watch him real close. We gotta see how they're using Luther Burden tonight. We have to come up the bye week.
So Mad Maxi is hanging on, not hanging on, but it's Mad Maxi is going. He's banking on that DJ Moore just lights the Commanders up, and he might very well have a really good game tomorrow. He might. You know that we're in the Romo Dunze business here, and I think the Bears are in the Romo Dunze business. I think the Bears are also in the business of let's see what our draft picks on offense do.
Yeah, along with that Luther Burden, let's see what Colston Loveland can do as well. We gotta watch that real close as well.
I need to drop a player to pick up Monday Night Football player. Okay, that's what I'm talking about right there. I need to drop a player to pick up Monday Night Football player to have a chance to win. Would you drop Jacoby Brissett, Dylan Gabriel? Are you able to drop these dudes that played Smith?
Yeah, they just played, yeah.
Are you able to? If you're able to, get rid of Jacoby.
Absolutely.
Although, I mean, he did well for the Cardinals today, but, I mean, Jacoby Brissett is a journeyman backup. I think Dylan Gabriel, again, he's in a shitty situation also. But if you can make the drop of the two guys that you're mentioning here that played already, War Chief, I'm going to leave this one to you here. We holding Henderson or selling? What are you going to sell him for? That's the only thing I'll say. What are you selling Henderson for right now?
What is it? Hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all my Henderson owners, but I am out. I am selling forever, or I'm selling them, and I don't think he's droppable, but I'm selling him for what I can get. It just doesn't make any sense, man. Like their offense is humming, and he can't do anything. He can't do anything. Only carried the ball 9 times today. He still got outpaced by Ramondre and carries,
which didn't do anything either.
Yeah, he didn't do anything either. Yeah, neither did anything.
So
I'm out.
It's like
I'm out Patriots run game.
They're literally. It seems like they're canceling one another out. And if that logic holds true, then they both then they both resume same type of duty, same type of usage next week. If they canceled each other out, you're not bringing in a third guy. The third guy is out for the year.
Also, but it is an absolute killer again. 2 targets, 1 catch. That is just, ugh.
Yeah, the usage stinks. Would you trade Javonte for Rice? Coming off of a bad day? Would you trade Javonte for Rashee Rice? We get, I kind of like it. My other backs would be Jacobs, Hall, Benson, Rico, and Walker.
And could you package Rico and another one? Maybe like Rico and Walker for Rashee Rice? I mean, I like that opposed to trading Javonte.
Sports edits, yeah. If you we were just talking about this, sports edits goat. We were just talking about this, yeah. If you can, sure. Otherwise, when Chuba comes back, and if they both are going to be on the field, alternating snaps, alternating series, it's going to be a mess. And I don't know if they would just fully go back to Chuba. And that leaves the Chuba managers in a shitty situation, and then vice versa. What if Rico now hits the sideline?
Yeah.
Rico needs the volume to put up the production that we
Yeah.
just saw last 2 weeks. He's going to need that full volume.
Yeah. Yes, he had a whole lot of yards. Like he had a whole lot of yards, but he also touched the ball 35 times a day. Between 5 catches and 30 carries. That's a lot of touches. And a week before, kind of the same thing. He had about 33 touches as well. So, yeah, I just don't see how this cannot be messy for any Chuba or Rico manager.
Facts. All right, guys. Game's about to kick off. We are going to kick up out of here. Appreciate you all. We will be back tomorrow. We will be back on Tuesday. And then we'll be back the rest of the entire week for week 7. I am your shepherd alongside the mother loving war chief JX Fantasy. We will see you. Smitty, come on, Smitty, get it in quick, Smitty. Smitty, hit us up. Come back tomorrow.
Yeah, or
Tomorrow.
or hit the email. Hit the email. You can't just kick off.
You can hit the email or comment on the channel. Ask it on the channel, and we'll reply. Absolutely. If not, I'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Yep.
Be a difference. Make a difference.
Go to Burden.
Go Luther. Go Lex Luthor.